Alright, so here's a video explanation on normal distribution, linear combination. Now, just a quick recap. Linear combination is when I have multiple distributions or certain what we call linear combinations of distributions put together. And again, by distributions, I'm talking about this thing over here. Okay, so over here I have an apple. And I tell you the weight of the apple is a random variable denoted by A, okay, which is talking about the weight of the apple. And we can see that on the left here is the mean, aka mu, this funny U symbol here. And we have the variance, aka sigma square, that sign over there. Alright, what we're going to discuss is, given that the question asks a certain way for linear combination questions, how are we going to approach them? How will we solve? Okay, so I have three cases. Written is in English, the problems. Okay, let's consider this. We want the probabilities of each of them. It is not so simple as taking the probability using just this original distribution, because we're no longer just talking about one single apple. So let's look at it. Okay, part 1 over here. 2 apples heavier than this, okay. Heavier has this sign, then 105, I can put it together. I am trying to formulate this statement here, P bracket something. When they say 2 apples, do I write 2A greater than 105? No, it is not 2A. When you say 2A, you're taking 1 apple, put on the weighing scale, take calculator times 2. And that's not what we want here. When you want 2A's, you're going to have to write it like this. You take 1 apple, and you take another apple. So the question is, how are you going to find the distribution? Because once you have that, you can key into the calculator. So you have to do one step prior to that. And the step is to find out exactly what this distribution is. Okay, recall I have the plus. Plus, everyone just obeys, isn't it? 50 plus 50, 100. 5 plus 5, 10. Please use the calculator and find the answer. When I have greater than 105, your lower is 105, your upper is E99. Mu is 100, and remember, this is sigma square. So sigma is square root 10. Input those, let's see what answer you get. I'll share with you the answers later on. Alright, part 2. One apple is heavier than the other. So let's try to formulate that here. This one may be a bit tough, but you know that there are 2 characters here. 1 apple and you take another apple. Heavier, put this sign. Now this is not easy, and it looks very unusual. What we're gonna do is bring any distribution to the left hand side. Bring over. I'm gonna get this. Okay, now this is nice. General rule of thumb, we want the distributions to be on the left hand side. Here, distribution, and on the right hand side is a number. Okay, 0 is a number that's qualified, it's fine. So all we want to do now is ask ourselves, this distribution A1 minus A2, can we find it? Of course we can. We're going to do that in the step above. Okay, so each of them is 50, right? Expectation is a good boy. 50 minus 50 is 0. Variance is a naughty princess. You minus them, it's still plus together. 5 plus 5 give me 10. Alright, use this, calculate. Again, the answer will be provided later on. Okay, part 3. Cost of an apple is more than $1, where cost is 1 cent per gram. Now over here, you see previously we're using plus and minus. In here, we're going to use times. We're going to take a number times the distribution. What are you trying to find? the apple is more than $1, but not the apple. You see, what A was the weight. I need to use this guy here times to convert weight into money, right? How much it is. So it's 1% per gram, and then A is supposed to imagine like A is on average 50 grams, so I'm going to take 0.01 times 50. I want 0.01 times A. Okay, this is what I want here. So the line before, I need to find this. So again, 50 is the expectation. Expectation is a good boy. 50 times 0.01. If I compute correctly, it should be this. Variance says the 0.01 have to square first. Square yourself, then times in. Variance was 5. Okay. And again, this mu, you have to square this whole thing over here, as your sigma. Your lower is 1, upper is E99, and then you find the value. Okay, so that is it for linear combinations. Of course, for questions, I expect them to put in, they can have 2 or even 3 of all these terms, right? Give you multiple apples where the cost is heavier than or cost more than one or the other. Okay, all you have to do is you just need to formulate this statement over here. All this statement, if you can formulate it, you will know what distribution you are trying to find. Then from then on, it's a simple normal distribution question, like your basic questions. You can go and find it out yourself.